seen some surprises. We've had the Terrorblade support. We've had the Shadow Shaman core. Are we going to see something crazy?
I don't think so for the first game. I think if we're going to see anything like that, I think Secret will win the first game, and then they might try and mix it up in the second game.
Okay.
But I personally think that they want to give themselves a one-game lead first.
So Fnatic take out the Tiny. That hero crushed Liquid.
Yeah.
So they're going to take away one of the better tempo creators. It's a hero that mid one is very comfortable with. I'm sure I have seen Ace play before.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Tiny. I overheard them actually saying during the draft, I think maybe yesterday or the day before, that if they get a good start on him, he can just go and destroy all the other lanes.
Yeah.
And he just turns up, and you're losing so many lanes. So you don't just lose one to him; you will eventually lose all three.
I think the hero that everyone's been playing lately, though, as a 4th position, since we were talking about it, as the key role was tanking.
Yeah,
That's the hero that DJ excelled with yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, he had one of the faster BKBs I've seen on a support SK.
We were saying that in some ways, Sanking has been the hero of the tournament in many ways.
Yeah.
Like he's been the driving force for a lot of these teams. Some fantastic Sanking players and some big plays, and he seems to be on the winning side more often than not, I would wager.
They're actually thinking a lot about this. Oh, actually, no, they're thinking a lot. I thought it was maybe paused, but they are actually thinking very hard about this third ban.
So they are indeed going to take out the SK.
Yeah. If you can't pick it, I think you have to.
Yeah. I think Yapsor is a little bit more tricky too in that regard. Like his heroes are going to be a little bit more out there than DJ's. Not to say that DJ isn't diverse, but Yapsor, I mean, he plays support TB, so he's liable to do pretty much anything at this point.
I thought they'd ban the Rubik, yeah.
So both 4 positions being targeted out.
Yeah, we've
and
seen
like
a lot of Tusk
said,
as well.
That's the big. That's the big. Yes, we have seen him on Tusk. I feel like like you said, that's the big playmaking role in so many ways. So if you ban out, target the 4 with the heroes that you definitely don't want to face them. And we see it against Liquid all the time. They're always banning GH heroes and then mind control heroes after that.
The first picks that most people do are like Razor, Gyro. Those are like the 2 ones that we've seen most commonly. But the weird thing about Secret is like when they're FP, they don't often take those heroes. Like I think they've been doing is baiting people into picking it, and the follow-up so far has been like they take Witch Doctor or something like Night Stalker, something really like uber aggressive.
Yeah.
They even took the Kunkka. That might be the hero that they decide to take if
they really like him against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Fnatic decides to go for that opener. Anyways.
Witch Doctor. Yapsor was an absolute beast on Witch Doctor the other day. I think he got, was it 18 kills or something insane like that?
It was something crazy.
He was beyond godlike at one point.
So it is Fnatic though that take the. We talked about how Razor, Gyro, those are like the 2 really common ones lately, and Fnatic opt to take the Razor.
In combination with the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Picking up 2 cores, isn't that a little bit risky if you were saying that there's, focus on DJ and Pai's hero perhaps?
I think DJ's okay. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you ban 2 straight DJ heroes. I think Razor's just straight up amazing hero.
Okay.
Like really hard to counter. He makes the laning phase very awkward for any team because no matter what, you know that Razor's going to have a good laning phase.
Right.
And that's very hard to contend with.
Ooh. We've seen the Lone Druid banned against Fnatic, I think, all series yesterday.
Yeah, Envy's done well with it. Super strong hero. I think the Roar is insanely good for a carry to have that kind of AoE disable, if you like, or CC. It's crazy, and Envy did really well with him. Who plays it for Secret here? Is this Ace plays the?
Yeah. Ace will play the LD. It's really nice against the Omni, I think. It's a dead lane hero against a hero that typically thrives in one-on-one matchups.
What did you call it? A dead lane hero?
Yeah, it's a concept that a lot of teams have where you pick a hero and you just don't care about it. You leave him alone, he'll always do fine in whatever matchup. The concept is like, it's a dead lane. Nobody's going to gank it.
Right.
You don't need to help it.
He's not going to die.
He's not going to kill the carry, he's just there to
He's just there
to do his job, right?
He's never going to kill the offlaner.
Right.
The hero concepts, like, that was a concept that MVP taught us, and a lot of other teams. Everyone stole from MVP, by the way, for a while. It was at Shanghai. They just kept picking these heroes like Lifestealer and Lone Druid, and we're just like, why are they doing that? And it came together like, these are heroes that you can't mess with, you can't touch. They're just excellent in their lanes. And Lone Druid is like the epitome of that. And Razor, to an even bigger extent because of Static Link,
right.
Yeah.
never have to help him out.
So more freedom for the supports to be elsewhere.
Exactly. This is the concept that allows the 4 position to get so much more aggressive because people don't like playing these safe lane tri-lanes unless you're one of the Chinese teams nowadays, it feels.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we really don't see that at all. Like
Yeah.
you hardly ever see that now.
Most of the time now people do 2-1-2.
Yeah. I mean, Liquid do that when they run like Wisp Beastmaster and stuff like that. But you also just see the 4 rotate up to the mid lane quite often. Once the safe lane's got to a point where he's okay, you're like, right, peace, I'll see you later, I'm going to go do stuff.
It makes it really obvious too. Like if you pick a hero like Lone Druid and you don't like ganking a hero like this because he's very tanky, if he gets Savage Roar, well, there goes your gank attempt. And you waste so much time going to that side of the map. It means that there's only 2 places on the map that the 4 position's going to focus on at any point. And Dota's always been a game of information.
Oh my god. Is it happening?
I don't know, because they already have the Razor. But I guess, I mean, anybody can play Razor, really. Abed, anybody. The question is, who's playing the Shadow Shaman? We also saw Pi on the Shadow Shaman earlier this week.
Yeah. I think it's that more than anything, honestly.
There's always something to have in the back of your mind.
The thing is that doesn't the bear just eat the wards? Like the bear just runs up and eats the snakes?
Yeah. It's okay. So
I reckon MV has shown a fondness for Weaver in the tournament so far. He does like the Weaver.
yeah. We'll see what if
I mean, so
Secret
far
decide to go for-
Secret can't catch a Weaver.
Yeah. It depends on how aggressive they're going to be overall. So I think Secret needs a little bit more team fight, a little bit more control. Their 4 positions are that they have options for Earth Spirit, Earthshaker. They could take Tide in the offlane as well, but it's rough because like Razor changes everything. Like, a lot of the heroes that Fada would want to play, I think, in this game are suddenly like kind of eh.
Yeah.
But I think any sort of stun, something that can just run at them.
Nice try.
Something that can just run at them. Maybe not a stun, but definitely a silence. That will help.
Yeah. It was their preferred combo too. They were opening Witch Doctor NS against Liquid 2 games in a row.
What is it about this combo that they like, do you think? Witch Doctor, Night Stalker?
I think it's very aggressive. Their supports are very, very strong in the early and the mid game. It allows their cores to snowball really hard. It's good damage, good amount of catch. You roam the map. NS gives you good vision as well.
Yeah.
Like, think about the map, Ted. It's the way that it works. If you have a hero that's very quick on the map, and especially at nighttime, just like owns it and runs very fast,
Yeah.
it means that if you're trying to gank this Lone Druid, what the Night Stalker will do is he'll create like a barrier, essentially. Like, he'll scout ahead at all times so that if you run into the NS and you kill him, it's kind of an irrelevant death because what he's trying to do is make sure that his Lone Druid doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, Enchantress. We have seen her banned a hell of a lot. We haven't seen her get through too often, but she makes it through today.
But is it support eng? And the Omni Knight offlane?
I'd imagine so, unless this
DJ
is some like crazy. We did see support shaman, so like who knows?
Yeah.
Like,
5 seconds
Dota's like crazy for me right now, especially with these 2 teams.
Anything is possible. What is the most likely scenario in this one? Omni Knight offlane, Shadow Shaman support, Enchantress support?
Yeah.
And then they just need an Abed hero or Envy hero, depending on who's playing Razor?
God, Enchantress and Omni Knight. Like, that is horrendous to play against. That right.
Oh, bat.
That's your Fata hero right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's fun
During
being
the
able to-
draft, like
listen.
the later picks, they get so more loud.
Yeah, they do.
So much more loud. So
We listen a lot.
we can listen in a lot better.
I
during
actually
late
tried
stage
to like
draft.
block it out so I can guess.
But you can't. You could block that out. There's no
That
chance.
I couldn't.
No.
But I just try to talk fast and a lot so that
So that
there's
you.
always so that I only hear
Yeah, that makes sense. So that you're. Yeah, they were talking about.
because I could look like a genius and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy Batrider
Easy,
pick.
easy bet.
But I feel like that misrepresents.
Also, at other events, if I've tried to pull that off, at events where I can't hear the draft, they'd say, what's happened to Pyrian? He had 100% guess rate on the picks and bans. And now
We invited you because you were the
Yeah.
draft king.
you picked every one of the picks and bans for the entire tournament at DreamLeague. What's happening?
What changed? But no, but Lifestealer, the one they mentioned, is of course a great hero to have together with the Bat Rider. But they end up going for the Visage instead.
Ooh.
And that is a core Visage.
A lot of people have been playing this lately.
Yeah.
A mid-1 Visage. Have we seen mid-1 Visage before?
I don't think so.
I
We saw
don't
Abed
think
one.
so. Yeah,
We saw Abed.
Abed played it. Kuro played it. Trying to think if anyone else played it.
Pylai Dai played it yesterday.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's right. The support Visage. Yeah.
People are liking Visage lately.
I mean, he's super good.
Yes. Shout out to Gods.
Is he a top Visage player?
He
is a Visage player.
Visage player, yeah. When Visage came out, he spammed it for
Hey,
a while.
he's one of the top in NA. Isn't he 300th NA?
Yeah, he's like ranked 200.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Parker's name.
You just flamed him.
What? How?
I said to you, is he a good Visage? And you said, he's a Visage. Like, implying that he's not good.
He's very...
All right, what do we need here for a last pick for
Mean.
Fnatic? They got the tower pushed down. They have only lockdown in the Shadow Shaman, so maybe a little bit more in that department.
I wonder how they feel about Gyro or like Lifestealer or something like that for themselves.
Why heroes like that? What do they need from it?
They're good in the lane against both these heroes, and it's good AoE, good control. Oh,
Weaver, yeah.
Sir Weaver.
He does like that Weaver.
Weaver it is.
Really does like the Weaver.
All right,
Pi looks real happy.
he does.
Pi Omni. He might not die so much.
Is it actually
Omni.
Pi Omni?
Yeah.
It's
Who's playing
Universe
Shaman?
Enchantress.
DJ
It's
Shaman.
DJ Shaman.
DJ Shaman, Universe Enchantress. All right, should be an exciting one, gentlemen. It is grand finals time. Game 1. Will, you're up first. Who do you think is going to take this first game?
Secret.
How about you, Ted?
Seconded. Yeah.
Secret as well?
Yeah.
There's no faith?
Take Fnatic then, Sheeps.
I'll go for Fnatic. Easy. Done. I think that's how easy that was.
Do you want to get money on that?
No.
Okay.
Best of 5. Grand finals. Odie Pixel Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, we're getting ready for Game 1 of Fnatic versus Team Secret here in the Grand Finals of the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Fogged. We've just seen the lineups. We are getting some things a little different.
Yes,
We're
we
seeing
are.
The one that screams out to me, a Pylai Die Omni Knight. When did we last see someone play this hero in the support capacity?
Not too often. I think, like, for me, the two things stand out. It's Pilot Die Omni Knight and mid one playing Visage. That's a bit of a change-up, but he has been playing these different heroes. All right. This could be pretty interesting. They picked the last pick Weaver because they have it, it's not really that crazy amount of disables. There's the Bat Rider, Lasso, and the other disables aren't really so reliable. I do believe that's why. However, it is versus Night Stalker. The fear can be pretty devastating. And also, Bat Rider has a pretty damn good game here. They have a natural form of initiation on the side of Secret, while Fnatic, they don't really have that, right? They look like they want to just like group up and take fights.
Let's see what sort of lanes we get out of these two. There's definitely some dominant player-hero combinations coming through. I mean, the Ace Lone Druid, we all remember what happened last time in a DreamLeague Grand Finals when he got that hero.
Yeah. I wonder what lane matchups we're going to get. Because I think, like, Universe, he can't be laned versus the Bat Rider as the Enchantress. That's the most important thing. He wants to be placed versus that Lone Druid. So they're going to... He's trying to scout out right away. Both wards actually placed, like, identically on top of each other from Fnatic and Secret, scouting out that top lane.
So with Pi on the Omni Knight, is it like what is the reason why we don't really see the Omni played in support? It is
You need levels
already on it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like you need levels, and you actually do a decent amount with farm. You are able to you survive longer, you get more of your spells off in the team fights. You can actually be in the middle of the fray. While as a support, sometimes you can be a bit squishy, a bit susceptible to get locked down, and you can't get your spells off properly. So I think for me, I think when they saw like this Night Stalker, they see this big silence.
Do you think that's when they moved it? So you think they came into this draft with the initial plan to have it as a universe hero?
Probably, but then that's the beauty of Dota. You can just make those adjustments.
Yeah.
As it plays out. And they do scout the lanes, as we were mentioning. So initially they saw the Enchantress up top, so we see Fada is moving toward top, but Fnatic, they read the switch. They're switching Universe toward bottom, so they will get the matchups that they wanted. The Weaver versus the Bat, and the Enchantress versus that Lone Druid.
And the mid one, Abed matchup in the middle lane. It's going to be very exciting to watch this. These two SEA giants of the mid lane.
Feels a bit tough for the Visage, because you're a very slow hero, so you are always going to be, you're bound to get grabbed up by that static link. Even though it's only a 5 MS for the Razor advantage, you should pretty much get a bit of your damage stolen every single time, like 10 or 15, which is more than enough for the Razor to get those initial last hits.
At the moment, Pi just goes for level 1 repel. It's just right clicking down Fada and Yapsel. Trying to make sure that MV can get some farm out of that lane.
Puppy. They're body blocking that hard camp since they're versus an Enchantress. They don't want Universe to get that enchant and get those creeps up. But yeah, top. I do believe they... Sure, the Weaver is very good versus that Barrier, but the fact that they have this dual lane, I think Pi has to be a bit careful with that repel usage. Every time you use repel to remove those stickies, right after that repel goes down, that's when you're going to see Secret try to play a bit aggressive here. Pi's already got 5 stacks. But they've got wands. That's the beauty of it too, so, or sticks, so they'll be able to get that free mana always constantly up there. But Fnatic, they got the lanes they wanted, and it's already looking pretty decent.
Yeah, getting a slight edge off the back of the first wave also of CS. Fnatic's 3 cores, as you can see.
Yeah, and they're slowing down Lone Druid's farm. Ace only has 2 last hits at the moment because of the base damage coming out clearly. Like Enchantress, 63 base damage, and Shadow Shaman, we know, 77 base damage, DJ. Just constantly trying to go for those denies. Puppy again trying to body block that hard camp. Going for the bounty rune. Will get grabbed up here for now.
Yeah, Universe will make sure that he's able to take that for himself. They will give Puppy a little bit of the rundown, but a quick Savage Roar comes through from Ace's Bear. Pushes Universe away, so he won't be able to continue to chase that down. Mid lane Arbed, holding the CS advantage at the moment in this 1v1. 10 for 5 against the 5 for 1 of mid one.
As we said, right? It's a bit of a hard matchup for that Visage until you get some levels. You have to use Grave Chill pretty much every single time that static link comes out, and now Abed already has boots, so he will be able to always get on top of mid one to get maximum link damage.
What's up? Bit of a go on to Pi. Quickly pots the Purification and the Repel, and will be able to easily walk it off. And MV, as we said, he's getting the farm up here. He's even able to get a bit aggressive onto Fada. Does have to be careful. He's got the full one though, so quick burst of that.
Oh, Yaps are having Illusion Rune, putting in so much damage onto Envy there with those right clicks.
Envy. I do have full mana on Pi, so they can go for the quick Purification nuke as well. I guess it is only level 1, not really the biggest amount of damage.
I mean, these illusions are actually really obnoxious for Fnatic. It's really helping Secret come back in this lane up top, because as you were mentioning, all 3 cores farming incredibly well. And mid, constantly Abed just getting pretty much full links onto mid one. 77 damage stolen. Seems like a bit of a problem right now for Secret in this mid lane in particular.
Yeah, I think if you're Secret, you're certainly looking towards the first night time for Puppy to try and make an impression on the Night Stalker, because until that time, very hard for the Night Stalker or the Witch Doctor, as a matter of fact, with the way that Fnatic are laning, to make any sort of moves around the map successfully.
So Knight hits, put some pressure onto DJ. Fada will actually get brought down by Envy.
Got him! Alright, Envy. I mean, that was... Fada was milliseconds from getting that TP off. That was pretty damn close.
They saw Fada that whole time walking, because they have that ward placed down initially, so they saw him walking to go pick up his bottle, and Envy takes advantage of that. Very good play by Envy. And continuing all 3 lanes. Heavily farming, and look at bottom, DJ just with the constant denies. 7 denies on the Shadow Shaman versus Ace Lone Druid.
Yeah, he's certainly feeling the pressure of these two. It's not going to be one of those starts where Ace gets the free farm. We've seen it before in his Lone Druid. This is exactly how Fnatic need to be approaching Lone Druid early on. They are going to have a TP rotation from Yapso. Puppy comes in with the wraparound. They've got the Maledict upon Universe. Fada coming in as well. This is a heavy rotation. Look at this kill, but Pielidi's there with the backup. Purification and Repel. Universe is going to be fine. And at the end of the day, this 4-man movement from Secret, it doesn't get them anything.
I think it's a movement that sure they want to get a kill, but more importantly is the lane switching, because this is clearly just not working at the moment. They're going to keep mid one sacrificed in mid lane, but they can't just keep this and instantly Fnatic swapping the lanes up again. Envy goes bottom, Universe goes top, so Fnatic looking real good in this early game.
Bottom lane, Envy. He's bringing Fada pretty low. Looks like he doesn't want to dive in and attempt for the kill. Fada does have the back of a Yab, so Puppy's still around this half of the map. Yeah, certainly these lanes that Fnatic did start off with, and sure, Ace has made the move now, but the question is to be asked if it maybe came just a little too late, as he is already pretty far behind on that lone Druid.
Yeah, he's only got 12 last hits. He's gonna go claim double bounty runes though with the bear to catch himself up a bit in gold here, Puppy. And YapzOr looking to try to get aggressive here.
Oh, nice blast there from DJ, and in fact, Secret, they're falling leather for the Hex out onto Puppy. Puppy is speeding.
Ooh, a regen rune.
He'll take that.
Nothing going in favor of Secret at the moment though. They can't get themselves on the board. The lanes are all just completely Fnatic favored.
Yeah, the lane setup has been perfect for Fnatic. You're going to see a gank attempt onto Abed. Puppy, poised on the mid lane.
Looks like they might wait for mid one to get 6. He's very, very close to that. That's when they do have pretty good kill threat onto Abed here.
Bottom lane, DJ. Just coming for the attack. Has got this shackles after the follow-up. They have the damage though. Envy's trying to get in. Does Shukuchi forward. Fada pops the stick charges, but YapzOr, oh, he's going to be able to pop him.
Too many stacks. Envy underestimating the power.
Diving in a little too far. Does not have level 6 either there on the Weaver, so it was always going to be a risky play from Envy. And it gets punished.
Secret needed that kill though to bring them back in. Now, since Ace is top and he's versus the Enchantress in the 1v1 and there's not a Shadow Shaman with such high base damage, he's actually able to catch up a little bit. But still, all 3 of the cores of Fnatic farming very well. But now that mid one has those familiars, you see him heavily catch up in the last hits, because it was initially Abed just crushing the lane, but mid one's done a great job of recovering.
We'll see where Puppy heads next. He's making the movement up towards top. Pi has been given this lane momentarily, so he can find himself some solo XP. Envy is heading his way back down here.
It is scouted by the ward.
I'm going to try.
Fada here. The Firefly's going to end in a second here, but they can't chase ones that close to the tower.
Envy learned his lesson from last time. It's not the place he wants to be.
Mid one's just farming Ancients. Now they're throwing Ace toward the mid lane, it looks like, while he does continue to farm that jungle. Dominator's about to be finished for this Visage. That's one of the big power peaks that we talked about. And Abed does the same thing. He's like, you're going to Ancient? I can do that too. With a DD, we'll be pretty efficient.
Yeah, they are slowly getting Ace back into this, really. He's climbing himself back up the board. I mean, to be fair, between all the cores, it is very, very close this game. I mean, 8.5 minutes in, only 1 for 1.
It's a very slow-paced draft coming out from Secret.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Envy
Radiant's
trying to make an aggressive move here onto Fada.
He does have the time lapse to rely on, but won't look to dive too far, as doesn't
Zone.
quite have the damage to bring down the back.
Yeah, zone him off the tower so they can get damage with this double range creep. Mid one, making the move down.
Mid lane.
Ace mid.
I'm going to try and go in. A quick Savage Roar from the bear will push them apart.
Envy wants to get involved too here.
And Ace is he's relatively low. It's not an easy kill.
He's pretty far away here already.
They've got the backup of Puppy as well, so Envy and Universe will not dive anymore.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, we are starting to see all the cores moving from lane to lane all across the map.
Yeah,
But still not finding those kills.
Secret's done a great job of splitting them up around the map, but now mid one.
It's down to half. He is turning his attention towards DJ to bring down the Shaman, and he will do so. Look for the lasso as well onto Envy. There, out comes the quick repel. Envy will be fine, and in fact, Envy trying to man up and look for mid one. Can he get the kill? He can't. Has to time lapse out of there. Pi now being focused. YapzOr finds the paralyzing cast. The bounces are good for Secret as they slow down Pi. The napalms stack up. Pi will fall as well. Secret get 2. Fnatic unable to get that kill on mid one.
Dire are scanning.
Secret's forcing so many moves around the map, with constantly lane swapping and just having this Visage not really be that mid lane anymore, now pressuring.
Radiant's bottom is under attack.
Fnatic need to respond somehow. They will TP bottom to try to make sure they don't lose this tower. Abed is here, mid one, getting linked up.
Yeah, they've got the control. They're going to chase him down. TP's coming through. Mid one trying to get out of range, but Envy will be able to chase this. Looks towards the Visage with the Shiguchi, takes the kill. Mid one gets punished for hanging around a little too long. Yabsor.
He got too over-aggressive, too. He dove way into the tower.
Yep, will be safe by looks of it. They do have the familiars there as well to back up the Witch Doctor if Envy goes in any further. Actually looking towards the familiars. And mid one will be easily able to micro those away.
They're trying to give DJ level 6 now, too, so they can threaten some towers with those Serpent Wards. Very close to having that, and Arcane Boots.
I mean, the fact that we're 11 minutes in and as it stands, it is pretty even between these two teams. Is that fine for both sides, or was there a team that, looking at their draft, you probably would have expected that they would have wanted to be just that little bit ahead at this stage?
I think Fnatic wanted to be a little bit more ahead in the laning phase, because they're playing versus this lone Druid, so we've seen time and time again what the hero can do. Ace is going for a Maelstrom build this game, though.
Okay.
A bit intriguing to be switching it up from like the Dominator Radiance that we've been seeing time and time again.
Yeah.
Going for that. He wants to do the range form, it seems.
Top, but if we go on to Pi, they've got the silence. They do have a Lasso as well if they feel that it's needed, and they'll drop it. Lasso in the Death Ward to quickly dispatch the Omni Knight, but the space is there for Universe to finish off the tower.
Nice. Abed, he's looking for the bear. Cool, able to get it from Ace. 160 HP.
So I think certainly, as you say, even though it's even, and even though Fnatic, they slowed down Ace's farm at the very beginning of the lane. But since then, he's certainly recovered.
Yeah, I mean, it still is relatively okay. It's just like a dead even game in both experience and gold.
Bottom lane Envy. It's got a double damage rune, and he'll actually be able to take down one of the familiars with that. Mid one not expecting the quick burst of damage from the Weaver.
But mid one killed every single one of the Serpent Wards. That's the power of Visage. You kill those wards with no problem with your familiars. That whole push just got stopped.
Dire's middle tower is under
But mid, Universe with the quick rotation with that siege creep still available.
Yeah, they're getting some early towers, Fnatic. And certainly our Secret, of course, get to be able to start pushing themselves. The second tier 1 will fall the side of Secret's map. As Fnatic keep their 3 cores just slightly ahead, but I mean, this is incredibly close. Again, where all 6 cores are within, you know, 600 or so gold of each other. Ace
just gets away.
He does. Fada should be fine as well as he fireflies himself to the side. Envy still looking for some action. They'll look towards the courier, but the courier will survive. They'll get it back and out. Yabsor goes for the Death Ward straight on top of Universe. Will be enough to take down the kill on the Enchantress. Abed, DJ, the rest of Fnatic backing out of there. As they will just lose one.
Fada's got the Blink Dagger finish now. They can look to get some pick-off plays here. Can be pretty nice too when you have like Visage and Batrider.
Yeah.
You don't really have to bring so many heroes. You can use the birds a lot of the time to just get kills with the supports and whatnot. But they do have a lot of damage coming in because of what Witch Doctor provides. Maledict is no joke. 2-0-2 already on Yabsor with that urn finished nice and early and 4 points in Maledict. Pi getting stalked by Puppey and Ace. Will be just fine though. And an instant D-ward. Envy's going to be working toward a Linken's, of course, versus a Batrider. The battle for the bounty runes. Puppey getting slowed up here now, though.
They are going to go for the chase here. Pi trying his best with the DJ Aura. Savage Roar will push back Universe, so the damage won't be there. Puppey will be fine.
I actually haven't seen... These teams are really prioritizing getting those bounty runes. I've seen time and time again heroes just almost throwing their lives away for it.
is under attack. Radiant structures.
They certainly do all add up to quite a bit of gold offset if one side is able to maintain full control around them.
Envy trying to slow down this push down bottom. Look at all the runes activated by Secret. That's what I was talking about.
Incredibly split across the team because, as you say, whoever's nearby, they're always going to go for them. Top lane, a bit of a go onto Pi. He's falling very, very low. It does get the purification out in time, but Ace will continue to right click down, or maybe not. DJ goes for the shackles, but the Savage Roar comes through and the root. Ace will be able to claim one of them.
And DJ might be in trouble too. Fada is here with an invis. The blinks back up very shortly, but the bottom lane, mid one.
DJ did manage to pick up the kill onto the Lone Druid Bear with the boards, but it's going to cost him his life.
Yeah.
As he gets dragged back, the fresh bear is up to avenge the death of Daddy Bear.
And all of his wards now are getting farmed too by Ace. So he does get the 100 bear, but the one thing is when you're using Serpent Wards, and it's not for one of those big objectives like a tower or Roshan along those lines, it's pretty painful. And Yabsor now getting surrounded.
Envy's deep here. He's trying to find mid one. Mid one, the Gravekeepers, and now the stick charge is going to be able to keep himself alive. They're looking towards Envy. Envy Shikuching himself out of there. Sentry has been dropped down. Envy gets slowed by the Void. They've got the GA from Pi. Envy's just got to get out of there now. Secret trying with the chase. Jump forward from Fnatic. Gets the flame break knockback. Does he have the damage to finish off Envy? Purification comes in from Pi. It's enough to keep him alive. Envy will get out of there. Abed just looking to dive in onto Fada, but the stick charges keep the bat safe. Abed, he's dove just a little bit too far on that one. A Secret will take him down underneath their own tier 1 tower.
Underestimating Gravekeeper's cloak. Top now though. Envy moving around constantly on this map. Ace will be able to get away.
Yeah, straight up TP knows that DJ can't quite close the gap. But as it is, yeah, Fnatic just giving up a couple of kills now to Secret each time they try and go for these plays. As just a sort of individual overestimating of the potential of their heroes at this stage.
Yeah.
As Abed and Envy have to be just a little bit more careful.
Yeah, in particular at nighttime too, right? When they're playing versus a Night Stalker.
Yep.
The long duration, crippling fear can be quite a problem when they're running this Omni Knight. DJ, under vision, top. Fada will push in the wave as the Shaman runs away. All 3 tier 1s though, still alive from Fnatic. They've been doing a great job of just reacting to all those movements. You've seen how aggressive Envy's being every single time showing up to the fights, and he's top net worth.
Look at this, they're actually going into the pit here with the wards this time around. Universe and DJ, a couple of them just smoked forward. There are no wards around this area of the map, so Secret, they shouldn't be aware that this is going on. Fnatic, I mean, this might just get away with this.
This is the standard Fnatic play, right? This is #1 Envy priority, getting that Rosh.
There is a TP coming across from Yapsil.
Secret knows something is up, it seems, here.
The scan's there from Fnatic. Fnatic know the Secret are in the neighborhood now. But Roshan's fallen pretty quickly and is gone. They managed to get it. Fnatic get the Rosh, get the Aegis onto Abed. Secret couldn't get there in time.
Very clean. Abed using the plasma field there at the end of the Rosh to make sure, like, to scout the area, and it also actually ends up hitting Fada, so he couldn't blink into the pit. But they do lose that tier 1 bottom. So the net worth, actually during that, still continues to be Secrets.
Yeah, for it to really pay off, they've got to try and achieve something with this Aegis, Fnatic. And you can almost guarantee that they'll look to do so. They can still certainly take a fight. The scary thing is though, Ace, top of the net worth, that man who got pressured early on, he's made the road to the recovery, and this lone Druid, you've seen it before, they can't let him get out of control. They've got to do something about Ace, they just can't let him free farm.
Envy has both a haste and a DD right now, at the ready in his bottle. Secret are farming up. Yapsor actually has a Spirit Vessel finished already, so it can be very useful, in particular versus the Enchantress and that Omni Knight, counteracting those heals.
What do you think about the mid-one build then?
Yeah, I actually just clicked on him and I saw him going for that Orchid. Interesting. More silences, because this is already going to be, it can be a bit hard for Pi in this game, because we were mentioning versus that Night Stalker, but this is a great item versus Omni and Weaver.
A nice continuation of the full range build. The Maelstrom Dragon Lance now complete.
Yeah.
So, as you say, always interesting to see the Lone Druid out there. There is just this versatility of skill builds that are absolutely viable.
I think in particular, right, he's playing versus a Razor. He wants to be able to keep that distance away. He wants to build into that Hurricane Pike naturally versus it so he doesn't get linked up. But yeah, it is interesting when you see people just switch it up. All of Fnatic in the area here. They still have this DD on Envy in the bottle. And I believe his Lincoln's is also coming out now. He's actually still just short of it. It's the Midas on the Courier.
Yeah, I've got that Aegis on Abed for this push. Orchid is complete on mid-one though. Abed.
Aggressive Glyph again by Fnatic. They've been doing this the entire time for this tournament.
Melting here. Got to try and get it back to safety. They will do so. Abed has got 4 stick and napalm charges upon himself. Will use himself up into the air. And will back out. Repels on him. From Pi, they'll be able to stand their ground. Ace trying to take the walls down from range. One of the benefits of having this Dragon Lance, you can do safely so.
Yeah. They have a lot of ways to kill the wards with this lineup, with the Vistage as well as that Lone Druid build.
Yeah, I like that. That's some smart stuff.
And they find a grab onto Pi. They've got to let him die here.
Yeah, too many silences. No way for Pi to react to that one. Secret able to put a stop to that Aegis push on the tier 2. Keep the tower alive, get a kill off the back of it, and push Fnatic away.
Yeah, they popped Darkness for that too, so they really just wanted to get the chase out. Even though it's going to be hitting Night within the next few seconds, Puppy prioritized. He's like, we need to get a lot done right now. We need to try to catch them on the retreat. And he actually gets down some very deep aggressive wards during all this too. Envy getting very close to that Linken's, as we were talking about. It's going to be really important so he doesn't get picked off by that Bat Rider and that Orchid that is already picked up from mid one.
A lot of point target that can cause issues for a Weaver.
Yeah. Very interesting build.
And Midas nearly done for Pi.
Yeah, Ace is going for a Shadow Blade next, by the way, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right? Isn't that... It's pretty cool.
All right.
Some innovation. Mid lane, Abed. Trying to proc that Aegis. He's able to scurry away with all that movement speed.
Puppy's going to come back in. Solid assumption. Not quite enough damage. Incredibly speedy, of course, with these drumless phase and Yules.
Radiant's middle
As he
tower
darts
is
himself
under
out of there, Secret are going to try and invade the jungle. See if they can get a catch out of this. They look towards Abed. Abed's got the backup of Envy. Yabso looks for the cast. They've got the lasso holding the Weaver in place. As they move straight away onto Envy, Envy gets the chance to time lapse. They didn't quite have enough lockdown. Envy able to get out for now. They will continue to try and chase. There's the first silence. He's keeping his distance. Flame break knockback. Into down to Puppy isn't enough. There's the follow-up. The flame break control from Fada will allow them to pick off Envy. Fnatic getting Abed focused here. The GA comes out from Pi. They're trying their best to get Abed out of there. He's been repelled up. The Secret looking to dive in. Slow onto Abed. He does still have the Maledict on him. The right clicks from range from Ace. Bringing him down low. Purification comes out. Keeps Abed alive. Now the turn. They've got the Hex. Out onto the Spirit Bear. And they will take it down the once. Plus 300 gold, but it's going to cost them the life of Pi.
And they're continuing for more too. Abed and DJ now in trouble.
They're diving the base here. Secret straight on top of DJ. It's 5 stacks upon him. With the spells already used to try and save Abed, he had no way to help himself out. And now the mid-tier 2 in trouble. Secret pushing in.
Secret was very relentless there with that attack. And this is something we talked about, right? When we saw this Weaver pick, we saw the Night Stalker, we saw that Bat. They have at least the silence coming out from that Night Stalker in that nighttime that makes the Weaver very, very hard to play until that Linken Sphere is finished up.
Yeah,
they were able to control Envy long enough.
They really were. As I said, the crucial play was that flame break control from Fada. Just making sure that they could bounce Envy back into a position where Puppy could close the gap.
Yeah, it's like even though they don't really have like crazy lockdown, it's these silences that are so good versus this hero. And they claim themselves a 6k gold lead now after all that. And a 6k experience advantage too. And that was running into the Aegis. They didn't care.
What's Envy going for after the Linken Sphere?
He hasn't queued anything up yet.
Okay. Alright, now it goes, so the standard stuff, but yeah, it just really feels like with the massive silences, it almost feels like a game where maybe this Weaver's going to have to get a BKB, because there's just so much silence. Sure, you have the Linken Sphere to protect you from one, but as soon as they're past that, they have very, very good means to keep you locked down and controlled.
Yeah, it's like he's got the repel, but it's, I mean, this game is very hard for Pi to get in the positioning versus this lineup with all these summons, with the bear, with the familiars, with the dominator creeps.
Because Pi in these fights, you know, realistically, he'd prefer to enable Abed, so Abed can actually just head straight into the middle of the fight and take all the attention away from the rest of his teammates. But as we're seeing, Secret making it very hard for Fnatic to play these coordinated fights as 5.
Mid one's going for a Nullifier next, by the way, too. So straight Orchid into Nullifier for that full disable that he can get from it. And it's good versus the Omninet, of course, being able to purge out that Guardian Angel.
Fada, actually, with the Invis rune down bottom, may see if he can set something up. Does have backup coming in. They look to close the gap. They have managed to find the lasso, and straight away off the back of that Invis rune, Fada can set up for a kill. They'll turn towards Universe as well. Abed does come in, and now Universe looking to turn. Fada immediately goes for the TP out, but he's not going to make it, of course. Abed with the Yules holds the ban in place. So Secret, they may have got Pi, but they'll pay with Fada's life. Good turnaround from Fnatic as Abed comes in. Secret not quite expecting that reaction from the Razor, but they have to be careful of, because he is incredibly speedy. Very easy for Abed to get into the right place.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually went for both when there's a Shrine there, right? And also a tier 2. Bit of an overzealous dive. But Secret, during all this, they're just continuing to farm up. They lost a little bit of that net worth advantage that they had there, but everyone on their team is getting farm. It's not just the cores. You see Puppy almost has a Crimson Guard finish. He's getting closer and closer toward it, while Yapstor as well. Spirit Vessel from earlier, almost Ghost Scepter. Well, Pi, sure he has the Midas, but besides that, not a whole lot.
Yeah, this, 3,800 gold on mid one. He's got the relic money. That Nullifier is Not going to be a lot of fun for Fnatic to play around in these fights if mid one's given the chance to lock down onto a target.
No, he's going to be hitting real hard too.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Like his right clicks are going to really start adding up on this Visage. And he's gone for the Soul Assumption, hits 2 targets. I think this is a really good choice this game because we've seen we saw Abed do the 40% experience game when they were doing like that heavy pushing draft, but versus an Omni Knight with Guardian Angel, right? You want to have all that AoE magic damage that comes out. So pretty neat choice coming out from him. Abed's still very farmed on this Razor though, keeping up pretty close to that Visage, close to the Shiva's Guard.
Ace just going for the full Amiona as his next major item. And it's very, very close to having that complete. Envy, he's actually queued up. I said, you know, this is a game where you feel like you kind of need a BKB on the Weaver, and that is what he's going to look towards next. Obviously, does sort of limit what he can do in terms of damage output.
Well, they might find Fada here. They actually saw him for a second, but Fada also caught a glimpse of them, quickly blinks into the trees.
Yeah, he's got a CP ready. Straight out of there. So with the BKB and the Lincoln's build, it feels like surely if you're Fnatic, you've got to try and keep this game going, but that's going to be so hard to do against Secret's cause, especially this Ace Lone Druid.
Yeah, they're going to lack a lot of damage. Nullifier's finished now for Secret, and they've got the Darkness available.
And they've got the grab on Pi. Straight away, jump in, grab the Omni. Things falling out of control here for Fnatic. As it's got to be frustrating if you're Fnatic, because as I say, you look at the lanes, as the lane situation looked perfect. They were able to get the advantage. They were able to make sure that Ace was not getting free farm at the beginning. You know, it wasn't. Ace was really struggling in the lane because of the matchups that Fnatic were able to force. But it seems like that's not the answer to deal with Secret, because we're now 27 minutes in, and those matchups, they seem irrelevant now, because Secret's got the lead. Ace is at the top on his Lone Druid. If stopping him at that stage of the game doesn't throw this man off his game, what will?
I mean, Secret just looks a lot more... they're all just kind of farming around the map, right? You see, like, Puppy's just been kind of running around. Look, he's got a Crimson Guard with Phase Boots already on this Night Stalker. 2-0 and 8.
Full Shiva's Guard on Abed.
Like, playing versus Batrider plus Night Stalker, you always have that fear. You're always just a bit afraid. You split up off the map.
Yeah.
The map's going to be dark constantly. Your Ward vision is going to be limited because of that darkness constantly. And there's a Batrider, so you're always at risk of getting picked off from that lasso. In Secret, they have vision of all of 3 of Fnatic heroes at the moment now. They're going for a smoke play. The Rosh is going to be up too, so they're looking to take a fight.
Did you manage to take the bear out? Of course, Ace will immediately resummon. See if Secret can get anyone off the back of this smoke. Pi, he's going to be the target. They'll jump in straight away. They could take an Omni out of a team fight.
He dies so fast. Envy is doing a D-ward at the moment here. Pi actually buys back for this fight.
I think he feels that, you know, these sort of fights, Secret are just getting away with way too much each and every time. Fnatic have got to try and do something to slow Secret down.
Secret's 5-man is quite terrifying right now, though. They've got a level 18 Visage, and the Crimson Guard in particular is going to protect a lot versus Fnatic's damage. Fnatic smoke, though.
Here we go.
They're making their way into that pit.
Oh, they are. Is Secret going to be aware of this? This smoke play.
I think they will be.
Surely they send the bear in. They're going to know that this is likely okay. Fnatic reveal themselves, the bear comes through. Secret ahead in, Savage Roar to throw them back for the time being. They've got the Nullifier down onto Universe, but a Repel comes out from Pi. Keeping Universe safe, Universe tried to down with the Impetus. Looks to take down the Familiars. GA comes out as well from Pi. Universe able to slide himself back up to the high ground. Fnatic still all alive for now. The wards in the pit continue to work onto Roshan. Puppy getting focused, the Impetus bringing Puppy down low. They've got the Hex and the Shackles for the high ground. DJ looking for the control onto Fada, but it doesn't matter. There's no follow-up damage. Fada will be safe for now. Another flame break, knocking Fnatic back up the hill. Fada starting to stack up the sticky napalm from the sidelines as Puppy's ready to chase down. They'll look towards DJ. DJ turns with the Shackles, but he's down. They've got the lasso. Repel comes out, but it doesn't matter. Arbet's just falling too damn low. The Shrine will be popped, but Arbet has fallen. They've lost 2 on Fnatic. Secret continuing to chase for more. They'll get the sticky napalm and Firefly over onto Pi. Ace grabs the double kill. Only Universe and Envy left alive here, and they're just left trying to run themselves back to base, but they've got the gap closer. Linkers has been popped, the silence is onto Envy, did get the Shikuchi out in time, but Universe won't be as fortunate as the Nullifier flies in. Universe will fall, Fnatic lose 4, Secret barely taking any damage themselves and are now in a perfect position to push. They'll take the tier 2 tower. They're going to look for more here. They know that they've got huge momentum.
Yeah, their team fight's just so damn scary. They're all so tanky because of the way that they've built and how they've all just constantly been farming. They were able to just, okay, Guardian Angels used, reset the fight, and then they have just such an advantage because we look at the lineups and it's not this usual traditional where there's lots of stuns on either sides. It's very awkward. So when Secret's able to make this fight take longer, get these stickies adding up, they've got much better chase. And now 13k lead, they get the first set of racks. The second one should be claimed as well.
Look at that. The speed that these structures fall. TJ is going to jump in, trying for some sort of a grab to get something off the back of it, but he just can't do it. Ace is out. Envy trying to chase. But Secret, they're just too speedy. They're out of there. The top racks will fall entirely as the range drops as well to the creep. 16k gold lead now for Secret.
Fnatic's damage just seems so limited.
It really does feel that we know that Envy's a fan of the Weaver, but this hero, we certainly sort of see its shortcomings.
Pi walks up into Fada and Puppey. And he's dead. They could look to go for that Rosh now for Secret.
Secret have got a multitude of options really at this stage with the lead that they have.
20-4, 17k lead.
Complete Bloodthorn on mid one.
Oh boy, Owen.
This is beginning to look pretty brutal, and this is only game 1 of the best of 5. So I think Fnatic, if anything at this point, may just be thinking through what they can change up as they go on with the rest of the series, because this game 1 is looking to be quite impossible for them to play themselves back into with the lead that Secret have.
Fada actually just blinks in and forces Envy to use his 10-second BKB instantly. So that BKB that was just purchased, not going to be available for 70. And look at this, Fada's actually just building toward a heart. He's like, they don't have damage. I can just tank up and they can't kill me.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Shrines for the taking for Secret.
Shrine has fallen.
I mean, all the heroes on Secret are actually so tanky, and I don't see Fnatic really. They don't really have the damage to deal with it. They need like everything to go perfectly, but even then, just seems really, really impossible. Final racks.
Bottom tower is under
Secret
attack.
grouping up toward bottom.
How do Fnatic stop this sort of a push? It just seems that it's the 5-man onslaught that Secret can bring. It's just too strong for Fnatic to just deal with at all.
And Ace's damage is
Yeah.
insane right now. I think he has the full Daedalus being delivered in a second too. And I believe Yapsor, is that Yapsor's Aghanim's too? Okay, he's just shy of the point booster, but 22k lead. They're looking to close this one out.
Yeah, they are. Into the base they go. Tier 3 tower, Fnatic will fall. Abed tries to head forward, does at the back of the repel from Pi. But with the tower gone, the racks are exposed. Secret move in. And Fnatic, what can they do to stop this? They'll drop the walls down. Looking for Puppey, but Puppey's got the Crimson Guard, flies himself out of the trees. Envy will put the BKB, but they've lost DJ. Abed gets lassoed. They have the control from Fada. The right click from Ace too much as Abed will fall. Buys back immediately. Envy trying to man fight up on a Yapsor, but the Crimson Guard just alleviating any of the damage that this BKB Lincoln's Weaver can do at this stage of the game. The GA comes out, but Pi gets nuked down by the Soul Assumption. Mid one with the double kill. GG is called. Game 1 is well and truly over as Secret take the lead here in this best of 5 grand finals in game 1. It just fell apart so quickly. The lanes, it looked like Fnatic. They had something smart going on, but Secret, they were just ready to turn things around as soon as they wanted to, sort of 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
The fights came together.
They got so much map control too, right? Even though they look very patient about taking those tier 1s, they kind of sat back, they farmed. Everybody on their side was farming. And Fnatic, sure, they get that Roshan sneak, but right afterwards, right after they get the Rosh, was pretty much all Secret making all the aggressive moves. They kill Abed, they kill Envy, they get big team fights, and they just kind of snowball out of control.
Yes, Secret looking just as terrifying as we saw in the previous series, really, against what Newbie and Liquid. This is just starting to look like a bit of a continuation of that sort of dominance that they showed in the past few days here at LAN. I mean,
some cool adjustments,
yeah.
right, too. We saw the range lone Druid coming out this time. We saw Share the Visage being played by mid one, but also the itemization that he went for, that early Orchid into Nullifier worked out really well for them, and the Nightsucker getting that early Crimson Guard just allowed all their heroes just to be way too durable for Fnatic to actually take these fights.
I mean, going into game 2, is there anything that you think Fnatic will be looking at that from that game 1 and saying, we're going to change this up, we're not going to do this again, or we're going to try and make sure the Secret can't do this again?
I felt like having the Omni be like relegated to support kind of hurt them a lot, because Pi, sure, he was trying to get into these fights, but walking into this team, he gets silenced up, and then his contribution just is pretty much naught.
Well, we'll see what sort of changes come into place, but as it stands, Secret taking a dominant lead in this Grand Finals as they get game 1 under their belts. We'll see you soon, shortly after a quick break.